What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Last time, we did a lot more work in terms of our social links. And in this episode, primarily we are going to be spending our time in Tartarus this episode. But it is after school, so we do need to hang out with a social link today. And the social link in question today is Yukari. Hey, Yukari. Sure. Okay, sure. Don't worry, I will. Yeah, of course. Do you think you can forgive her? Very mature of you to to say, Yukari. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choose to create the persona of the Lover's Arcana. It would be hard to, lose someone that you've dedicated your entire life to. For Yukari, it's still hard because it's her father, but I wouldn't doubt it would be that much harder on her mother, and her mother clearly isn't as strong as Yukari is. Yukari's just barely being able to cope with it, so I can only imagine. Alright then. Let's head back then.
Welcome back.
Hey, Mitsuru. Alright, well, it's good to have you back, Mitsuru. And yeah, that is pretty much the entire reason why I didn't go to Tartarus yesterday. I did write down that, hey, you should go to Tartarus. But if you wait until the next day, then, hey, you get another party member. And we kind of need Mitsuru back. Do you have anything important to say, Fuka? She did? I didn't know that. I think she'll be okay. At least I hope so. Now we can, in theory, also take Koromaru out for a walk. And if we do this, then we'll run into Chihiro. However, since we do kind of need to get going on Tartarus, we are going to forsake the Koromaru walk. I think this is the only one that we are actually going to ignore, which is why I've brought it up. Although, Junpei kind of seems down again. Junpei, I know how much you care about Chidori, and dude, don't give up. Yeah. I know she means a lot to you, dude, and nothing good will happen if you just give up on her. Now that's the Junpei I know. Okay, well, Junpei seems to be feeling better. So now that that's taken care of, Fuka, let's head on over to Tartarus. Alright, so our goal today is to reach floor 214. Today, we're hitting the barrier. And for this, I'm gonna want to bring along the main party. I think it's been a while since we've actually gone up against a Tartarus boss with the entire main party. Although, I do have a few things that I need to check first. Huh? Cobalt... Wait, what did you get? Titanium legs. Well, dang. Okay. Normally when your party members change equipment, usually it's for the worse. But for once, this is actually better. Okay, you can keep those. And let's see. Yeah, the main outfit only has 90 defense, so it wouldn't exactly go well with, I guess. However, now that we have Mitsuru back, we can go ahead and change up her equipment just a little bit. So there's the Sin Blade. Let's see. The Quick Pumps, which also have Evade Fire. And, you know, I think I'm gonna be a little bit more sensitive to Mitsuru, considering she just was brought back. There's really no reason why we can't just give her the maid outfit, but she's been feeling really down for the past almost 2 weeks now. I don't think giving her the maid outfit to wear is exactly in good taste. Gameplay-wise, it makes no difference, but it's just me. I'm also gonna go ahead and save. And now we can go and take on the Tartarus boss. So onwards we go to the 201st floor. Alright. And so we face off against the next Tartarus boss. Let's get him, guys!
This one's dangerous. Stay focused.
Another round of 3, unfortunately. So our Tartarus boss this time, the Royal Dancers.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the
The
target.
Royal Dancers, null, light, and dark, so they are neutral to every element. They know the skills Heat Wave, Primal Force, Poisima, Poison Mist, Tenterafu, Sexy Dance, Patra, Charmdy, Poisamundi, and Palumpa. They have a fair amount of physical attacks, but primarily, they're going to try to cast us with any sort of status ailment, whether it's Charm, Poison, or Panic.
I'll show you my true power.
So that's primarily what we're going to be dealing with. Oh, and I guess it's Panic.
Cannon. Enemy is still
Okay,
alive.
and Primal Force.
Damage sustained.
No, Aegis! Oh wait, they know Dia? Oh, Koromaru! Oh, nice dodge. That's odd. It doesn't say that they know Dia. Apparently they also know Dia. Something you learn something new every day. Okay. Panic's going to be bad because if they hit us with that, then they're going to be able to crit us. I'm pretty sure Yukari knows Mepatra though, so I'm going to set her to healing. And then Deathbound. Thankfully, Raphael, ha-ha!
He's off balance now.
Let's get him! Thankfully, Raphael nulls Charm, so that's probably the worst status ailment that they can inflict on us. Or at least on
Hang
me.
in there.
Alright, thank you, Yukari. Okay, Marin Karin on Yukari, which missed. Good.
When you fall, get right back up.
Alright. Terapu again, and yes, that missed everyone. Perfect. And now I'm poisoned. Whatever, I can live with that. Let's get him, Raphael! Ha ha! Ow.
The enemy is getting stronger too.
Okay, well for that we get a broken heart. Seems like a very weird thing to sell, but whatever. For that we also get the precious egg, and I will want to head back down to the ground floor before I die. Oh, healing up, and then we're just gonna pick up right where we left off. I must say, I got incredibly lucky in that fight, considering how many critical hits I got. And Raphael doesn't even have any natural skills that increase his crit rate. Oh, wait a minute. It might have been just because of Deathbound. If Deathbound gave a great bonus, then that would certainly explain why I was able to crit so much. Ooh.
There are 2 of them. Attack!
New enemies. Perpetual Sands.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Alright then. Well, Sands are usually weak to physical.
That's the way.
Alright, I'm just gonna stab it again. I would like an analysis on these guys.
Won't miss. Hikari-chan defeated an enemy.
Okay, and she missed.
Summoning persona.
Fair enough. I kind of want to know.
Let us commence with.
Not quite, I
Understood.
guess.
Locked on. The enemy is
Okay,
still-
I would like to know. There we go. Okay, null elements. Neutral to strike, though. That's interesting. I figured it's just best if I got an analysis off. Just so that way, you know, in case physical attacks aren't the best way to go. For one reason or another. I don't know. Ooh, more new enemies. Guess who it is? It's the Stasis Giants.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Stasis Giants, Stasis Giants. Maragion. I do still need Cert's item. Okay, neutral to fire.
I won't lose.
Are they weak to wind? Because most enemies are weak to wind here. They know wind.
Initiating summon sequence.
Okay then.
The
Ooh,
enemy is
nice
still
crit,
open.
I guess.
The enemy's weak against ice.
Okay. So ice is the way to go then. Or darkness. Good boy, Koromaru. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have anything to talk about for this leg in the Tartarus Trek. But assuming all goes well, I think I'll have something to talk about after the next Tartarus boss. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, actually, there wouldn't be much time to talk about it after the next Tartarus boss. I just realized it. And it doesn't really make much sense to talk about it now. Well then. I just realized. Well, crap. It's that feeling you get when you plan something, and then partway through you realize, this is not gonna work. Well, crap. Well, actually, how far am I from a level up? 12th. I'm actually quite a ways from a level up. The reason why is because there is a specific persona that I want to talk about. However, it is a persona that we can actually have in our possession. In order to get it in our possession, though, we need to be level 64. That's why I want to wait until we actually have this persona. However, if I could just get that level up, then that would be fantastic. Well, you know what? I'm gonna attack this enemy. I will go ahead and, since we're already at the teleporter, normally I do sort of training things after I've reached my target goal. But for one, we do need to train up Mitsuru. So, well, actually, no, that is pretty much the only other reason for doing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to raise up some of the other party members. Kind of get them up to snuff, especially Mitsuru. And once I reach level 64, we can go ahead and create this persona. Because I actually kind of want something to talk about for this Tartarus run. So, as per usual, if anything important happens, I'll show it to you guys. And if not, I'll meet you guys back on the ground floor of Tartarus.
Enemy left.
Hey, Mr. Jotun, can you do me a huge favor? Would you please die for me? Oh, I do wish that it was actually Alice, but you know what? I'll take it. I still got the spell off.
I'm the man.
Ooh. Another Kukai's vestment. Let's see, what does this one do? Let's see. Plus 30 SP. Mine. Well, actually, Yeah. I can benefit a lot more from the strength than Yukari can. Hey, Yukari. I bet you want to get out of that maid outfit, don't you? Well, here you go. I hope you like it. Aw, you're welcome. Alright, so onwards we go! And there's that level up. There we go. I wanted to get into one more battle because I knew Cert was very close to leveling up. So upon level up, he gets Fire Amp, which greatly increases fire attacks. I believe it increases their power by 25%. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Fire Boost because I don't want to get rid of any of my other skills. And we can finally get Cert's item. So we get the Blazing Flame. Alright, so this chest contains a lot of money for Persona Fusions. Alright. But more importantly, the Blazing Flame. Does that do what I think it does? Yes, it does. Nullifies fire damage. So in case we really need either to be us to have an immunity to fire in case we have personas that are weak to it, or if we really need Mitsuru for a fight, we have an item that will be of great benefit to us. But at any rate, we got what we came for. Let's get the heck out of here. Well, with all the training taken care of, at the very least for the time being, we can go ahead and enter the Velvet Room. We've got quite a few personas that we need to make, considering that the persona I want to create is, well, a multi-spread. We're going to need specific personas in order to create it, which means I gotta make space. So this will take a little while to take care of. I think I found myself a winning persona. So we are fusing away Odin, Cert, and Ganensha in order to fuse Loki. This is going to be one very powerful persona. And I did remember to go and register my personas before I actually fused something. Okay. So Loki gains a few levels, and he learns Megadola. A very powerful almighty skill. That's going to be very, very nice. Element susceptibility up? No. Huh? Garudine? No! I want all of those skills! Garudine, Bufudine, Mazildine, Ragnarok, and Megadola. Loki? Loki is my persona. I would have liked Mind Charge as opposed to Power Charge, but still, this can work out very well. So we are fusing away Byakko, Siegfried, and Kaiwan in order to fuse Uriel. This is a new Arcana for us, the Aeon Arcana. So this is actually rather interesting that we're still discovering even new Arcana. However, since this is our first time even seeing this type of Arcana, it's pretty obvious that we don't have the right social link established. Oh well, whatever. Still a pretty good persona. Well, I could certainly use more personas with debuffs, so this will work. So we are fusing away Atropos, Hariti, and Horus in order to fuse Sketch, the ultimate form of the Priestess Arcana. We had to max out Fuka's social link to get this persona. And she's pretty powerful too. Alright, so a few level ups. Ooh, we have Null Slash. Ugh. No, I want to keep that. Getting rid of, like, Holy Arrow, maybe High Counter, but not Null Slash. Still, at the very least, she learns Amrita. This is a very nice healing spell, as it gets rid of any ailments except being knocked down or KO'd. Ooh, Magaru died. She already has Mabufu dying. That's really good. Okay, and oh, she gets to learn Power Charge? Yeah, it cures all ailments, and that works for the entire party too. Well, I have Myrid arrows. And really, Holy Arrow just is one attack to one foe, so I think I'll get rid of that. Invigorate 3 is her next skill. Okay. Not strictly necessary, but if I need some SP, that could certainly be a good skill to have. And thus, we have come to the persona I've been wanting to fuse. We are fusing away Ghoul, Pale Rider, Loa, Samael, Mot, and Alice in order to fuse Thanatos. This is the persona that I wanted to create. And it is our first hexagon spread as well. So let's watch. The persona we got for maxing out Pharos' social link. And he learns quite a few, well, he gains a few levels, which is good because he has a lot of darkness spells that pass down. And we kind of need to get rid of some of them. So he learns Mahama On. Ooh, one-handed sword master. This is a type of skill I really want. Increases damage dealt by a one-handed sword. Since this is our primary way of just dealing normal attacks, that is a skill I definitely want. Ooh, Brave Blade. Huh? Please tell me it's Mudun. Yeah! Thank you! For once, it's a skill that I actually want to mutate. Okay, so what does it become? High counter! Ooh, that's actually really nice. Then I can get rid of Ghastly Whale then. Nice. Alright, so those are all the persona fusions that I want to do. And now I kind of need to buy back a lot of personas. As well as registering Thanatos. So, I'll meet you guys back when I've pretty much lost all my money. Well, now I'm poor. I mean, I have 200,000 yen. So, it's still a fair amount of money, but not really for this point in the game. But I do have quite the list of personas. Here's currently what I have in my repertoire. As you can see, a lot of them are pretty dang powerful. So yeah, it cost me a lot of money to get these back. Some I needed for items, some I wanted certain skills. Overall though, that's currently what my current list of personas looks like. So let's go ahead and get Aegis and Koromaru back in the party. And now we can actually press forward in our Tartarus exploration. Now, I did say that I wanted to specifically get one persona, so that way I had something to talk about for this Tartarus trek. And we'll get into that in due course. But before we get into that, we'll take this item. Sweet, a free bead! And, okay, I don't see any shadows nearby. There is something else that I want to do first. And in order to do that, I need to get into a fight. Let's see. You are not facing the right way. Okay, come on, Mr. Shadow. There we go. Okay, time to die. Oh, hey, the stairs too. Okay, Judgment Swords. So new enemies as well.
Give me a sec. I'll scan
However,
the
we do have the capability of doing another fusion spell. And for that, we're going to want to switch on over to Scat. With Scat and Kakulain, we can now use Shadow Hound. And this deals heavy strike damage to all foes. So let's see how well Master and Apprentice deal with these shadows. That worked out pretty nicely.
There's one enemy left.
Okay, and not quite.
The enemy's weak against
Weak to darkness, Null's light, resists slash. Oh well, Koromaru still was able to take it out. Okay, so that's another fusion spell taken care of. Now, the Tartarus exploration history lesson that I want to go into, as I've already pretty much stated, deals with the persona Thanatos. Thanatos is a special persona. You'll remember at the very beginning of the game, way back when we first came to Seas, we were attacked by a very powerful shadow. And when Yukari was basically knocked out, we took her evoker and summoned our persona, Orpheus. But something else happened. Oh, great.
Three enemies.
More
Be
enemies.
careful.
The iron dice.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Okay. Iron dice. What would these things be
Do
used
it
to?
again.
Well, hold on. Perpetual
It
sand.
is
Neutral or
multiple.
darkness. Okay.
Give me a second. I'll scan
Good.
the target.
Then that means I can have them all die for me.
Enemy defeated.
Well, that didn't do as much as I would have liked.
The enemy is still. It's weak
Okay,
against
iron dice. Weak to electricity. Neutral everything else.
I won't miss. Yukari-chan defeated an enemy. I won't lose.
Alright, well, at the very least, Yukari should be able to take care of this die. Thanks, Yukari.
I'm not who I used to be. My level of aptitude has increased.
Good job, Aegis. You recall when we first summoned Orpheus, there was something else that was summoned. Something that came out of Orpheus. Geez, we're encountering all sorts of new enemies.
Strike first.
The Prime Magus.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the
Okay.
target.
Judgment Sword. They're just weak to darkness.
Give me a sec.
In which
I'll scan the
case-
target. Good
Can you
job.
tell that I really love Die For Me? Because I really love Die For Me. That thing that came out of Orpheus was Thanatos. Thanatos burst out from Orpheus and managed to take down that full moon shadow. What in most other games would have probably been a tutorial boss, we summoned a power that just completely destroyed it right out. Keep in mind that the different full moon shadows steadily get stronger the further we went along. And we are only now capable of harnessing the power of the very thing that completely took out one of these monsters. Now, one thing I should make of special note about Thanatos. Ooh, carbon jacket. I'm doing my best to try to keep my train of thought. Game's doing a pretty good job of trying to disrupt it. Okay, carbon jacket. Resist electricity. Ooh. Hey, Yukari. I think I found you something that's a lot better than what your current armor is. Well, at least it... Oh, no, carbon jacket is male-only armor. Okay, never mind. Do I want to keep that? Yeah. We'll go ahead and just equip it on ourselves then. Oh. It would probably help if I read the description. Well, anyway, like I was saying, I should make a special note to distinguish Thanatos from most other personas. Thanatos is not like a regular persona. For one, it burst out of us when we first summoned Orpheus, and completely wrecked Orpheus when we first summoned it. So that in and of itself is very peculiar, bleh. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Especially for a persona. We've also seen instances in which personas change. We've seen that with our fellow party members, that as they grow, as they have a renewed sense to fight, a new will, their personas change as a result as well. We are also susceptible to that type of change. After all, even though most of the personas we command comes from the sea of our soul, we do still have a main persona, Orpheus. However, it should be noted that Thanatos is not like one of these evolved personas. Not all characters will get an evolved persona, but, well, Thanatos isn't something like that. Thanatos is a completely different power. It is its own being, really. In fact, one could even say that it is a borrowed power in a sense. But I can't really delve much more into that. Do know, though, that Thanatos is something that is very special to us in terms of a persona. It is not an evolved persona, but it is still one that could be considered a main persona. So now that I've gone on about Thanatos the persona, let's maybe delve into Thanatos, the mythological being. Thanatos in mythology is seen as the personification of death. Good boy, Kormaru. Thanatos is like what we've seen from many of these personas. A son of Nyx and Erebus. Specifically, Thanatos is the elder twin of Hypnos, and of course has many different siblings, such as Moros and Nemesis and the Morai. I'll go ahead and stab him. Now, when I say that Thanatos is the personification of death, it's actually something a little bit more specific. Thanatos is more closely associated to a peaceful death rather than something of a more violent death. Violent death comes from, well, it's more associated with other beings called the Keres. The Keres are, well, they're different goddesses that, surprise, surprise, are daughters of Nyx, although whether they're just purely from Nyx, like say the Morai, or whether it was from Nyx and Erebus, counts differ. If you need something to compare the Keres with, think of them similar to the Valkyries of Norse mythology, except a lot more hostile, and you've got a pretty good idea as to what these types of things are. And like I said, Thanatos is a bit unrelated to the Keres, rather than, aside from just being somewhat related to them. Thanatos is associated with death. because of this association, he was hated by pretty much everything. It really didn't matter whether it was God or man. Aside from maybe a few exceptions like Hypnos and Nyx, every being despised Thanatos. And Thanatos, in turn, despised everyone. Because of this deep hatred, ooh, Ascalon. I'm pretty sure we saw this sword when we were at Kurosawa's place. Yeah, that's a really good sword. Plus it has medium odds of inflicting distress. I will take that. So because Thanatos really didn't care for anything, he really had no problem essentially being the Grim Reaper. So, ooh. Now, different renditions of Thanatos do change over time. At some points, he is portrayed as this very fearsome warrior. However, other times, he's more depicted as closer to like a gentle cherub, more of a depiction of a more peaceful death. Clearly, though, the inspiration for this rendition of Thanatos deals more with the prior, more warrior-like depictions. Now, Thanatos is mentioned in a number of different stories. You can already see what our next boss is. He's mentioned in different tales such as the Iliad and how he was basically duped by Sisyphus in the Tale of Sisyphus. So he is readily mentioned and a recurring figure throughout Greek mythology. However, with our little exposition, I guess, of Thanatos taken care of, we've reached our next, well, barrier, I guess. We've reached our next obstacle at any rate. So we can go ahead and hit the teleporter and head back to the ground floor. This has been a little bit of an odd Tartarus exploration, and you may even be wondering, well, why just bring up all this stuff about Thanatos now? Why not bring it up when we first able to fuse him? Firstly, it was so that you guys could actually see what Thanatos is, but do keep in mind that Thanatos is actually quite important to our character, and will prove to be even more important down the road. I'm not gonna say any more than that, but just trust me on this one. However, with the Tartarus boss reached, I think it's a good place to just call it an episode here. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 3 FES, we're taking down the Tartarus boss. It is the only thing standing between us and the barrier. We are very close to reaching the barrier and actually being as far as we can go. Do keep in mind that the deadline for the last old document is the end of December. We have about a month and a half to really get as far as we've gotten. So, in case that there is stuff that maybe you would need to do keep in mind that I'm going at a pretty accelerated pace. We're just taking out different Tartarus boss after Tartarus boss after Tartarus boss. So, if you need to raise up your party members a bit more, you've definitely got plenty of time to do it. But we'll have plenty of time to do that once we've reached the barrier. So until next time, everyone, take care.